Do this now. You ever think about what happens when the shit hits the fan? Not just like a little sprinkle. I'm talking full-on societal meltdown. Who's showing up at your door? Who's got their hand out? It's gonna be a lot more than just you and your goldfish, I'll tell you that. We're talking family, friends, neighbors. The whole damn cul-de-sac might be ringing your doorbell. And let's be real, not all of them are gonna be bringing their A game, you know? Some might be liabilities, straight up. So what do? How do you prepare for that? That's what we're diving into today, folks. We're talking about the elephant in the prepping room, the people. Because prepping isn't just about beans and bullets, it's about navigating the human element when the world goes sideways. Let's talk family. It's a topic that can bring a smile to your face or a groan to your lips depending on the day. You love them, you're stuck with them, and sometimes they drive you up the wall. But when push comes to shove, they're the ones who'll be there for you. And when the grid goes down, they're gonna remember you've got that generator and the pantry full of Chef Boyardee. Suddenly, your home becomes the family headquarters. Now, I'm not saying your family's bad, but things change when the power goes out. The dynamics shift, and everyone starts to show their true colors. Suddenly, Uncle Marty's snoring problem is the least of your worries. You're dealing with a whole new set of challenges. You gotta think about food, water, shelter, the essentials. It's not just about having enough for yourself, but for everyone who shows up at your door. How many mouths are you feeding? How do you ensure everyone gets their fair share without running out too quickly? How long can you sustain that? These are the tough questions you need to ask yourself. And it's not just about immediate family. Extended family members might also come knocking, expecting a place to stay. What about your second cousin twice removed who always pops up unannounced? You need to be prepared for all possibilities. You gotta have a plan, man. A well-thought-out strategy can make all the difference. Sit down with your spouse, have the uncomfortable conversations. Discuss the what-ifs and the worst-case scenarios. Who's in, who's out, and what are the house rules when everyone's crammed in your basement? These are crucial decisions, because let's be real, tensions run high when the world's ending. People get on each other's nerves, and arguments are bound to happen. You need rules, boundaries, and maybe a designated safe space where you can go and not hear Aunt Carol complain about the lack of cable. A little peace and quiet can go a long way. And don't forget about skills. Everyone has something to offer, and it's important to recognize and utilize those talents. What can your family members contribute? Maybe someone is great at cooking, another at fixing things. Maybe your brother-in-law is a mechanic and he can keep the vehicles running smoothly. Or your grandma's got a green thumb and can help grow food. These skills are invaluable. Those are valuable assets when the world goes back to basics. Every skill counts, and everyone needs to pitch in. It's all about planning, communication, and maybe a little bit of whiskey to get through those family meetings. Because sometimes, a little liquid courage is just what you need to keep things running smoothly. Neighbors, those friendly faces you wave to across the lawn, they're looking at your preps too. They might not know the specifics, but they know you're the prepared one, the one with the generator humming and the garden out back. Now, some neighbors might be cool. You team up, pool resources, form a little post-apocalyptic block party, but others, they might get desperate. They'll come knocking, looking for a handout, and things could get ugly real quick. You gotta have a plan for this. Do you help? How much? Do you turn them away? These are tough questions, and there's no easy answer. It's about assessing the situation, trusting your gut, and maybe investing in some sturdy locks for your doors. And it's not just about protecting your stuff, it's about safety. Desperate people do desperate things. You gotta be aware, be prepared, and know how to defend yourself and your property if things go south. It's a harsh reality, but it's something you gotta consider. Because when the world goes crazy, your neighbors might be your biggest asset or your biggest threat. Man's best friend. Prepping for your pets. We can't forget about our furry companions, man. They're family too, and they rely on us. When it comes to prepping, your pets need to be factored in. Food, water, medication, you gotta have enough to keep them healthy and happy. But here's the thing about pets. They're not just mouths to feed. They offer companionship, stress relief, and let's be real, a little bit of protection. A barking dog can be a deterrent, and in a stressful situation, their presence can be incredibly comforting. Think about it. You're holed up in your house, the world's gone mad, and you've got your loyal dog by your side. That's a game changer, man. It's good for the soul. So, stock up on pet food, make sure you've got their meds, and maybe throw in a few extra toys. Because in a crisis, our pets can be our anchors, reminding us of the good in the world, even when things seem bleak. Don't forget yourself. This isn't a prison sentence. Here's the thing about prepping. It's easy to get caught up in the practical stuff. We often find ourselves focusing solely on the tangible items, the things we can see and touch. The beans, the bullets, the water filters. These are all crucial, no doubt about it. But we often forget about the most important element, ourselves. Our own well-being is just as critical as any supply we might stockpile, our mental and emotional well-being. It's easy to overlook this when we're in survival mode, but it's essential. Listen, prepping isn't about waiting for the world to end. It's about being ready for whatever life throws at us, and that includes maintaining a positive outlook. It's about being prepared for anything life throws your way. This means not just having the right supplies, but also the right mindset. And that means enjoying life, even when you're stocking up on canned goods. Find joy in the little things, even in the midst of preparation. Don't just buy any old crap because it's on sale. Be selective and thoughtful about what you choose to stock up on. Get stuff you actually like. Your favorite foods, the things that bring you comfort and joy. Treat yourself to some good coffee, some comfort food, things that make you feel good, something that brings you joy. These small luxuries can make a big difference in your overall well-being, because when the shit hits the fan, you're gonna want those little luxuries. They can provide a sense of normalcy and comfort in uncertain times, and it's not just about material things, it's about mental stimulation. Keeping your mind active and engaged is crucial. Books, movies, hobbies, these are all important. They keep your mind sharp and provide a much-needed distraction. Things that keep your mind sharp and engaged. They help you stay mentally fit and ready for anything. Because boredom can be a real drag when you're stuck inside for an extended period. It can wear you down and make everything feel harder. Prepping is about resilience. It's about being able to adapt and overcome challenges, no matter what they are. About adapting and overcoming challenges. This requires a strong mind and a positive attitude. And that takes a strong mind and a positive attitude. It's about finding the strength within yourself to keep going. So, don't forget to take care of yourself, both physically and mentally. Exercise, meditate, journal, do whatever it takes to keep yourself in a good place. Freeloaders. These are the people who, when times get tough, seem to appear out of nowhere, expecting you to provide for them without offering anything in return. The people who show up at your door expecting a free ride when the going gets tough. They might not have bad intentions, but their presence can quickly become a burden. They might be distant relatives, old friends, or that guy you met at the gas station once who swore you were best friends. Regardless of who they are, their expectations can put a strain on your resources and your mental well-being. Helping others is important. It's a fundamental part of being human. We all want to lend a hand when someone is in need, but there's a fine line between helping and being taken advantage of. But you gotta protect yourself and your resources. In times of scarcity, every bit of food, water, and energy counts. You can't afford to be overly generous at the expense of your own survival. You can't be the savior for everyone. It's a harsh reality, but one that must be accepted. Trying to help everyone can lead to your own downfall. So, how do you handle these situations? How do you balance compassion with practicality? The key lies in setting clear boundaries and expectations from the very beginning. It's about setting clear boundaries and expectations from the get-go. Make it known that while you are willing to help, there are conditions that must be met. If someone's coming to you for help, they need to contribute. Chopping wood, fetching water, guarding the perimeter, everyone pulls their weight. This isn't a free-for-all. Everyone must earn their keep. It's about survival, and that means everyone earns their keep. By ensuring that everyone contributes, you create a fair and sustainable environment where resources are used wisely. And don't be afraid to say no. It's not easy, but it's necessary. If someone is unwilling to contribute or is taking advantage of your kindness, you have every right to refuse their demands. If someone's being unreasonable, demanding, or just plain lazy, show them the door. It's a tough stance to take, but it's essential for your own well-being and the well-being of those who depend on you. Your priority is to you and your immediate circle. The people who are closest to you, who have been there through thick and thin, are the ones who deserve your support the most. You can't help everyone, and that's okay. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. Your resources are limited, and you must use them wisely. It's a tough conversation to have, but it's crucial. Being upfront about your boundaries and expectations can prevent misunderstandings and resentment down the line. Because when resources are scarce, you can't afford to be weighed down by freeloaders. Every bit of food, water, and energy is precious, and you must prioritize your own survival. You gotta be smart, be strategic, and prioritize your own survival. Plan ahead, set boundaries, and ensure that everyone in your circle understands the importance of contributing. This way, you can create a sustainable environment where everyone thrives. So, there you have it, folks. Prepping isn't just about gear and supplies. It's about navigating the human element when the world goes sideways. It's about family, neighbors, pets, and yeah, even those freeloaders. It's about having tough conversations, setting boundaries, and being prepared for anything. Now I want to hear from you. Who are you prepping for? What are your biggest concerns when it comes to the people in your life? Let's discuss it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay vigilant, stay prepared.